story. 21 Part 1. The Sleepwalker and the Guardian Jinn, Ohio, Childhood Sleepwalking and the Imam's Warning, RJ VISHON. Welcome back. Here is another true story from Ohio. A listener named Robert shares his lifelong encounter with a Guardian Jinn. This is Part 1. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Robert. I'm from Gopalganj, adapted to Ohio. I have been listening to horror stories since 2016 but never sent one before. Please forgive any mistakes in my writing. Before I tell you the main incident, let me give you some background. Since I was 6 years old, I had a strange habit. I would sleepwalk out of the house. After each episode, I would disappear for 2 or 3 days. Then, 2 or 3 days later, I would be found sleeping in my own bed again, as if nothing had happened. Before an episode, I would hear a very sweet, affectionate voice calling me, and without my own knowledge, I would follow that voice in my sleep. This happened several times. Finally, my mother, father, and grandmother took me to a great Imam. The Imam looked at me for a while in silence. Then he said, "This problem will continue until this child turns 14 years old. If you give him any kind of medical treatment, you may have to lose him forever. Just never let him sleep alone." After that day, my grandmother slept with me every night. Whenever I tried to get up from the bed during sleep, she would pull my hand back and make me fall asleep again. That is how my childhood passed. I turned 14. Alhamdulillah, the problem of sleepwalking out of the house stopped. Several more years passed. Then, in 2019, a new chapter began. One night, we had many guests at our house, so I decided to sleep at my friend Daniel's house. I informed Daniel that I would stay with him that night. After eating dinner and chatting with everyone, I left home around 12:15 to 12:20 a.m. I knew the roads of the area very well since childhood. It was a moonlit night, so I didn't feel the need to use my phone's flashlight. I started walking toward Daniel's house. It was a 5-minute walk. Our house was on a paved road. To get to Daniel's house, I had to walk a short distance on a dirt road. At the point where the paved road ended and the dirt road began, there was an active cremation ground. Beside the dirt road, there were rows of large palm trees. I finished walking on the paved road and started walking on the dirt road. As soon as I crossed the cremation ground and reached the palm trees, someone called my name from above the trees. I did not look back. I increased my walking speed. When I went a little further, I felt a storm blowing behind me. My hands and feet went cold with fear. My body was drenched in sweat. Then, as I moved forward a bit more, someone called my name again, but this time, the voice slowly choked and stopped. It was as if someone had grabbed the throat of a person who was screaming loudly. The atmosphere suddenly became normal. I tried to turn on my phone's flashlight, but my phone was dead. Then I hurried to Daniel's house. As soon as I called out, he said the door was open. "Just come in." I entered and said, "Daniel, get me some water." He looked at me and understood that something had happened. He quickly brought me water. After drinking, I told him everything. When I looked at the time, it was already past 2 a.m. He told me to go to sleep. I recited prayers and fell asleep. Strangely, no illness followed me after that night. A few days later, my cousin got married. The bride, my cousin's wife, was sleeping alone one afternoon. She saw a tall man in a long Punjabi standing at the foot of her bed. She screamed and ran out of the room. When we heard her scream, we asked her what happened. She told us everything. To comfort her, we said it was probably her imagination. Then I said, "Tonight I will sleep alone in that room and see if I see anything." That night, I recited prayers and fell asleep. At midnight, my sleep was suddenly broken. I felt someone stroking my head, straightening my pillow, and lifting my head onto the pillow. Then, a very low voice said, "There will be no more problems. I will not appear before anyone else, but never leave small children alone in this room." My whole body shivered with fear. I quickly turned on the light. Nothing was there. I thought maybe I had dreamed it. But then I remembered. People dream when they are asleep. I was awake. Anyway, I spent the rest of the night thinking. Then I heard the Fajr call to prayer and fell asleep again. In the morning, I told everyone what had happened and warned them never to leave children alone in that room. Note to viewers, Part 2 continues with more strange events. Send your true story to rjvishon@gmail.com. Everyone stay well. Allah Hafiz.